Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the most electrifying podcast in sports entertainment. Welcome to the Under the Ring podcast. It's me, the former champ. I lost my belt because of Hard to Kill. Yes, I did. I'm not going to sit here and lie or anything like that. Am I angry about it? You damn right I'm fucking angry. Nobody wants to fucking lose their belt. So you're damn right I'm angry about that. But it's all right. It's me, your boy K Swiss, coming here with us. It's not coming to us. Here with us. I'm so used to putting the man behind the boards right after me. He's not here right now, so it threw me off just a little bit. But with us, as always, we have our street team captain, our boy who's out there making sure that we are all over the place. Give it up for our boy, Tito J.
What's going on, boys?
What's going
First off,
on,
rest
man?
in peace, my man Jay Briscoe.
Oh, we definitely are going to get to that, brother. We are definitely going to get to that. Rest in peace, Jay Briscoe. Also joining us as usual, we have our boy from Cincinnati, Ohio. He is the teacher man, the good stoner. Give it up for my boy, Mike. Oh,
Yeah. One time for the one time. Rest in peace to Jay Briscoe. Such a sad and just tragic, unexpected death. Much love to his family, and much love to his friends who were close to him. And also, I want to give a birthday shout out. Well, her birthday is tomorrow. But a happy early 28th birthday to my little sister Monique. Sis, I love you. You know, I appreciate you for simply being you. And I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Happy birthday, little sis. Big bro loves you.
happy birthday, sis, from here to us at the podcast. Happy birthday. It's always a blessing for you to be here with us, Reggie. What's going on, ma'am? How are you? And folks joining us from Louisville, Kentucky, he is our reigning UTR prediction champion. Give it up for Matty Rays. That's why we can't hear it. That's why we can't hear it.
Is he doing sign language?
Now, your volume is still OD low, brother.
Down?
Yeah,
Wow.
volume is still ridiculously low right now. But so that was the good part. We couldn't hear him talk that bullshit. But folks, first and foremost, before we get into anything, what's going on, coach? Before we get into anything else, we here at UTR Podcast would like to send our deepest, sincerest, most esteemed, like we can't even begin to express our sympathy and empathy for the Briscoe family. If you have not heard by now, legendary Briscoe brother Jay Briscoe has unfortunately passed away due to a tragic car accident. Um, in that car were his children and his wife. Right now, two of his children are also in very bad condition. So please, folks, send prayers to that family. They are in desperate need of it. We'll get into more about Jay Briscoe in a little bit, as pretty much the remainder of our podcast will be pretty much talking about the Briscoes and Jay. Let's get into some other wrestling news real quick. Um, More out of the WWE drama zone.
Oh, oh my, oh my.
Vince McMahon has successfully filed a petition to where he will no longer need approval from other stock or board members about any decisions which he will make regarding WWE. Whoo. Um, we'll get into that. It is kind of true. Yeah, we'll get into that. So pretty much, Vince can literally do whatever the hell he wants with WWE now without asking a damn soul. Oh boy.
Man, at this point, I'm pretty sure he reads our group chats. He gotta hack into our group chat because then I literally say, yo, if he votes any stupid shit, since I am a stockholder, I'm gonna vote no.
Well, he just told you he don't give a shit about your
Your man
stockholding
said
at all.
said, you know what, Tito? Access denied.
Your man said, "I love to cause pain," and he meant that shit. Now, in midst of him having now full control of anything, right, Margot? Oh, that's another thing. But he won't touch creative. But he remember when he came back and he said, "But I won't touch creative." It has also been rumored that he has now been dipping and dabbing back into creative. Okay, dipping and dabbing back into creative. All right. Basically, Vince is running his public company if it's as if it's private. That's mm,
Good. Pretty
yeah,
much.
pretty much,
Pretty much.
pretty much, pretty much. That's exactly what he's doing. And now, amid all of this, him getting full control and everything else, there is now another goddamn allegation which Mongo put us on to and told us about earlier. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me pull that up real quick. It was reported by shit. Well, there's a lot to talk about with that. Because Nick Khan said some off the wall type shit with regards to what was being reported. Pretty much Vince is being caught again for having more money given out to the damn hookers.
Yeah.
Vince was caught again giving out more money for the hookers. So he thought he got Vince McMahon. Here we go. WWE's Vince McMahon agreed to a multi-million-dollar settlement with a former referee who said he raped her in 1986. Wow.
The year I
Wow.
was born.
Nah, I was already born. I'm old as shit. I was already born. I was already born by then. I'm old as shit. But yeah, it Vince. No one can, Reggie. So remember, Vince said he came back because he felt like he was given bad advice about stepping away and that things would just blow over. Look at here, Vince. When you went away, guess what? Things did kind of blow over. You weren't being brought up. Things did kind of blow over. We didn't hear anything about any more settlements or payments that you had to do while you was gone. Things did blow over. You're 100% right. The problem was, as soon as you came back, you see how something else just popped back fuck up. So I don't know if you see this, but a lot of the issues that's going on right now tend to revolve around you, brother. Yeah,
It's like what the last 2 or 3 weeks he's like the topic of discussion like two, three, 4 times out the week.
yeah,
Like my
because
man, just go home, Roger. Like go home.
what you call it, the vice president also called it quits after 25 years or some. You know what? I'm not dealing with this. Think about this. Think about the type of person you have to be to where an entire board team is like, you know what, we out, and your own daughter doesn't even want to work with you. Like Steph wants no parts of this shit. None.
I don't blame her at all.
Like,
Cause she knows this bullshit. She knows this
Who's
bullshit.
gonna know her daddy better than her? That was daddy's girl. He was grooming her to take over the company, and now he's like, if I can't have it, you can't have it either.
and it's so wild. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's a good point, Reggie. The Detroit Fire and Police Retirement um
Fun.
board fund is actually putting a suit together because guess what? They're stockholders. And they're like, nah, you can't do whatever the fuck you want. So they're
God
putting a
damn.
suit together to try to get Vince the fuck out of there. And you know what? When old folks get together, shit happens.
Right. I mean, in this case, I don't think much
Eight
will,
Mile, baby.
but
8 Mile.
I don't think much will, but hey, I don't blame him from trying. I don't
Hey, how
blame him
you
from
doing?
trying.
Good.
Hello there.
So Vince is out here living up his damn life, doing whatever the hell he wants to do, just trying to take over a whole damn company. Well, he it's not take over a whole company. It is his company, but he just literally just does not give a shit about anyone that's working within the company.
He's trying to regain complete control over everything. Like
He
Mike said, he's
has.
trying to make it go private again.
He
Like
has.
it's
You figure
public, but it's private.
once he became the executive chairman, he got complete control of everything. The fact that he just successfully got this petition to where he won't need shareholders and board members to make decisions regarding the company, that's the bigger part. That's the bigger part right there. So that means if he decides to sell in the middle of the night because he just feels like it, it's the company sold. If he
Mm-hmm.
decides, you know what, I don't like this guy on the roster anymore. He didn't do anything. I just don't like him on the roster anymore. That dude is gone.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
like I just brought up, he has it was just found out he had a multi-million-dollar settlement with someone that he raped in 1986. And then to top it off, he has a bunch of yes men around him that pretty much condone this because then you got Nick Khan making statements saying that, pretty much leave the past in the past and deal with the present now.
Yeah, basically, what's acceptable now is acceptable now. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that when the fucking CEO says that, that is some disgusting shit. That is some disgusting shit right there. And us as men, because I hear that shit a lot from men. We need to stop saying ignorant shit like that, distasteful shit like that.
Hmm.
It's not cool now. It wasn't cool back then. Okay,
Nope, at
all of
all.
this toxic, all of this. Oh well, things were a lot bit different back then. That doesn't mean the shit was right.
Right. Exactly. Rape is
Like
rape.
rape
I
is
don't give a
rape.
fuck what time period it is. Rape is fucking rape.
Rape is
Shit ain't
rape.
cool.
Yep,
But yeah,
at all.
it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And like Kenny said, when you have a whole bunch of yes men on the stable, it's like, I mean, what can really fuck? Who can really fucking push Vince? Who can really push him? Who can really step up to him and say, "Oh, I don't know about that, Vince. That don't look right, Vince. That don't sound right, Vince. Maybe we should do this, Vince."
Listen, it goes back to what I said before, man. Vince has a superiority complex right now. He feels that he is Mr. Untouchable. Like I said, and
Hmm.
it literally, in my opinion, I feel it goes back to when he beat the Supreme Court on that steroid case. If you can beat the Supreme Court, the highest judicial system that there is, you're gonna feel like you're unfucking touchable. So once you do
Mm-hmm.
that, you feel like no matter what you do, no one's gonna say nothing to you because guess what? What's gonna happen to you? If I beat the big case in the big court already, you think something little like that is gonna affect me? And that's a
Mm-hmm.
fucking problem right there. That's a big problem.
And then you fast forward to a few years later, what happens? He buys the competition. He completely monopolizes wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, and when it's all said and done, folks, money talks. If you have an endless amount of money, you can get yourself out of a lot of fucked up situations.
If you have an endless amount of money and also the right skin tone, let's be real.
Exactly, exactly.
Let's be
That's
realistic
a
because
fact.
there's a lot of rich minorities who ain't doing so well. But
Mm-hmm.
if you the right, but Vince, for Nick Khan to say the phrase, people are condemning him for things that were, acceptable back then. What the fuck is acceptable about rape? When was it ever acceptable to be raped? I don't know of a time period where it was acceptable. I'm sorry. Maybe I don't know history. But that was never acceptable where I in the history that I learned. But like you said, Mike, when you're rich, you become disassociated with reality. You said that plenty of fucking times.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And for those who want like some more context, this was the exact quote from Nick Khan. Maybe certain things that were acceptable years ago aren't acceptable now. The modern day rules should apply to the modern day. I don't think it should be applied to the past. Once again, folks, that is the words from the CEO, the next most powerful person in the company in charge. Those were his own words on the Bill Simmons podcast. He said this.
Like I've said this before. Like I've said this so many times, and I even said it today in the chat. I hate that we have access to so much shit. When we were younger, when we were younger, we didn't know anything about any of this. I'm not saying it's okay to be naive, and I'm not saying that we should turn a blind eye to any of the things that Vince has done. Vince should be penalized to the highest extent for anything that he has done. I don't give a damn if you're rich, whatever. That should be happening. I hate the fact that the way things are now, you can't enjoy anything because you know too much of a backstory about everything.
Mm-hmm.
Wrestling was put on television as a form of fantasy. And now, because of what's going on in the world, how developed we are, that fantasy is gone.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
with that fantasy being gone, you now see the ugly truth and harshness of things. And it makes you lose your love and your passion for things that you love. Like I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I grew up on WWE. I loved WWE. After I found out everything that was going on, do you know how hard it is for me to even look at WWE? Yes, there are other promotions. I'm not gonna lie, but let's be realistic. Out of all the other, WWE is, if the wrestling world is a circus, WWE is Ringling Brothers. Okay, they're the big top. They're the main circus that no matter what town it goes to, it's gonna sell out. Not like the Big Apple Circus or the local Cincinnati Circus or whatever the case may be. WWE is Ringling Bros. So of course everyone eventually is going to be drawn back to watching it, especially if like I said, a person of my age or older or whatever. That's pretty much all you had, really. You know what I mean? So because of that ugliness that's going on, it makes you not want to enjoy something that you've loved for decades. And it sucks. It sucks. Like y'all saw how it was in the chat when when the day that the news broke that Vince was coming back. You could legitimately tell in chat that I was depressed that that man had came
Yeah.
back. Like you could legitimately tell I was depressed. Like fuck, shit is gonna change now. Damn it,
Hey,
shit.
sorry to cut you off, Kenny, but you just popped up in Impact. Oh, dirty dango, baby.
Hey now,
Oh, dirty dango.
the dangle is in impact, baby.
He goes by Dirty Dango.
Ah,
But nah.
Can y'all hear me now?
yeah.
Yes,
Oh
sir.
Unfortunately,
yes.
Yes,
unfortunately, we
sir.
can hear your ass.
Yeah, the champion is here now, bitch.
But nah, Kenny, I agree with you because like I wanted to go to they're coming to the Barclays Center on day before Valentine's. Now I don't even want to go.
You don't
I'd rather sit
because
my ass home and watch it on TV and then go.
exactly like I'd rather it, and even watching it on TV is such is ah because it's like yo, I know how much control this man has backstage right now. Like
Yeah,
I know no one working for this man is happy right now. Like people are
and
legitimately upset.
you know they was here Monday, and I decided last minute that I forgot they was here Monday. To be honest, I forgot they was here. But I was thinking about just to harp back on Nick Khan's comments. Like Kenny and Tito, I know you are fathers of girls, and as you all know, I work with children, and I have there's some girls who I see as like my work daughters. And to read that disgusting comment by Nick Khan, like if I was a woman who was a fan of WWE, I would feel so fucking ashamed
If
and,
I
and,
was
and feel fucking embarrassed to be a fan. It would
I'm
feel
surprised that
unsafe.
the women's locker room hasn't walked out. The
Yeah,
entire locker room.
I would feel unsafe. Like it's just disgusting. And if he being Nick Khan has daughters, then he's really a piece of shit for saying something like that. If he
Well,
has daughters or nieces or even sisters,
the bad in Nick Khan's defense, what he said, what he fucked up with saying is he basically lumped all of Vince McMahon's crimes, everything he's done into one big pot. He should have actually went and said he should have said something along the lines like the allegations, we do not stand beside anything like that. Because Vince has done a lot of stuff. That some stuff there is you that could go with that statement. But there is a lot of stuff that Vince has done that cannot go with that statement. And the way that he went about it, lumping it all together, that's a no-no. That's a big no-no 101. So he was very nonchalant during that whole interview anyway, to begin with.
Right. And at a time like this, you can't be nonchalant where everything that you guys do is under a microscope. Like
mm-hmm,
you have to be on your P's and Q's. Like you have to go to your public relations people and be like, all right, how the fuck are we gonna answer questions that they're gonna ask about this? You can't, and as the CEO, you definitely can't be nonchalant about your answers at a time like this when there are so many allegations. Because
Yeah,
Matt, you're right. Like
it was
Vince has done
a
a
poorly
lot of
worded.
shit.
It was a poorly worded statement.
Right. Like
mm-hmm,
Matt, you're right. Vince has done a lot of shit. A lot of different shit that can't be lumped into what's going on right now. But guess what's on the forefront right now? Those allegations.
Right.
So no one is thinking about that other shit that he fucking
right,
did. They're thinking about these fucking allegations. So Nick
Mm-hmm.
saying that, people ain't gonna think about anything else that Vince did, like
mm-hmm,
steroids or anything else or anything. They're not thinking about that. They're not thinking about that. They're thinking about what is happening. People people are like goldfish. We have a 30-second fucking attention span.
Yeah.
We pay attention to what the fuck is going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right now.
And that's when, like, that's been the rumor of. That's what I was telling y'all last week. That's when the sale is going to happen. Because everybody has a 30-second attention span. This is the hot topic for right now for the next month, maybe a few WrestleMania. But let it get to be June, July, August, and we start thinking about other stuff. College football starts up, baseball starts up, NBA finals, at life. And then
Mm-hmm.
we're going to forget about it. Then out of nowhere, when we're not thinking about it, boom, WWE has been sold. That's
Yeah.
what this is waiting on to happen. But Nick Khan doing statements like this, and then Vince not helping matters better by settling that case out of court.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Selling that case out of court, making it publicly known that you're not letting no one else make decisions but you and stuff like that. Like, it looks like you're literally trying to cover up your dirt by putting yourself in full control and getting rid of anybody that may have dirt on
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what it
Like,
looks like.
the lawsuit from the retirement fund in Detroit. That's just the beginning. There's going to be a bunch of.
you.
That's just the first. That's what the second or third lawsuit we've known since last week, and then he just settled this one for rape.
Right. Like,
Oh my
bruh.
god.
You can't settle
People was mad you came and took the company back over and then, oh shit, here's another rape charge on your ass. God damn, motherfucker. Like,
and Nick Khan low key, because an article brought it up where somebody could technically sue them based off of what was said in that interview. Because Nick Khan basically revealed, he basically said, to summarize it, if y'all thought Vince McMahon was gone when we told y'all he was leaving in July and y'all thought he was never going to come back, we knew he was coming back some way, somehow. He basically told them we knew he was going to come back.
Right.
Even though they told everybody he's not coming back. Hey, general public, he ain't coming back. But I know he coming back. We all know he coming back.
I wouldn't be surprised if a couple of the wrestlers who were just re-signed decided to follow suit. Like, yo, we came back under the pretenses and assumption that we were told that he was not going to be here. And a week
That's
into
why
our
that's why Triple H keeps having to have these meetings saying, remember, he's like, yes, Vince is here. Vince is in charge. He's just dealing with selling the company. Do not worry about him showing up in creative. It's still me. It's still me. Like, he is literally Stephanie and left, because I heard y'all say that. Stephanie, she was supposed to leave to begin with. She took a leave of absence, and then her dad got in trouble, and she had to come back. She never technically had her break. I don't blame her for leaving, because at this point she's saying, well, if you really want to come back this bad, fuck it.
fuck it, why am I gonna be here?
Like, what do I
Right.
need to be here for?
Right, you ain't gonna listen to shit nobody fucking says. So what the fuck do I need to be here for?
Exactly. So that's why I don't blame. Trips is the last. He is the last person. He's the only one that's gonna stay there.
Oh man, I feel bad for
Stephanie,
Trips.
she gone. Nick Khan, we have seen today in this interview from yesterday, that he is basically kind of baby Vince.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
why he rose up the ranks so quick and everybody
he's the
was shocked
biggest yes
how he
man.
became like, who is this Nick Khan guy and where did he come from and how did he get all this power? Like you said, baby Vince. Oh, you did that back in 86? I did that in 88. Don't worry about it, friend. We good.
Technically now he's become. It was him and Stephanie as co-CEO. Stephanie has left, and if Vince did not trust him and did not think that he was good, because remember, Vince picked this dude any damn way. So Vince is like, I picked you, so I know you're gonna listen to me.
Yep.
hmm
We were going
Yeah,
to yep. Devon
Devon
gone too.
decided to chuck up the deuces.
Right. Devon
Personally,
put up
I don't
the
blame him. I don't blame him.
Me
right
neither.
because he was supposed to do that whole little segment with Bubba And nowhere WWE was like, nah, you can't do that shit. And if you go, you're gonna get fired if you do it.
He
Even though he
trying
wasn't even going, even though he wasn't even wrestling. You know,
like
so
they
And
trying to
Devon
block him
leaving
from
is
earning
not
a paycheck for basically doing nothing. That's not right.
right, right.
and you
And I
know,
think, I think on that particular day, like, because it was Trips that said no. I think on
Yeah,
that particular day, Trips just got fed the fuck up with everything. He probably found out everything that was about to go down, and he was like, "Go Diva, no, damn it, nobody go nowhere, damn it,
right.
like, right, nobody go no fucking where."
He got hit with the either you inside or you out. I'm tired of you running in and out of my house.
Right,
right,
you ain't gonna be
letting
running
all
in
my
and out
cool
my
air
house,
out,
running up my
letting the
electric
cool
bill.
air out,
Either
letting
you
all the
in
good
or you
air out.
out. Make your decision now.
That's-
And and as far as like just to go back on the Nick Khan comments, like I watch a lot of boxing podcasts. Right, y'all know I'm a diehard boxing fan, and one
Right.
of the guys that I listen to, he always says this. He says the most dangerous weapons are a camera and a microphone.
Mhm.
You better watch what the fuck you say if you're on a microphone or the microphone's in your face or the goddamn cameras in your face. You need to watch what you say.
You need first off,
You
once you
need to
get
watch
into
what you say.
even if there isn't a microphone or a camera in play, once you get into a certain position, you gotta chill on a lot of things that you say. Like
Well, in this case,
Mongo,
a
like
camera.
Mongo legit told us before this podcast, we gotta chill on the F bombs and the GD bombs. I done said about 50 F bombs. Okay. Like, so like, and I gotta realize in a certain position that I'm trying to get myself into, I gotta chill on these F bombs. So for the rest of this podcast, I'm gonna try my fucking best not to say fuck no more. All right.
No, you laugh too.
That's it.
and
That's it.
and yeah, and like not only the camera and the microphone, but this also. You gotta watch what you tweet. You gotta watch what you post, what you repost. You just have to be mindful. If you're in a certain position, you just gotta be mindful of that stuff.
Right.
Oh
If you're
hell, even if you're not, like Kenny said, if you're trying to work to that position, you gotta really be careful about what you say on this here device here, because that can always, and we've seen it time and time again. You could tweet something back in 2012
which
that
is
you may have been some young and on some young ignorant stuff, and it will haunt you in 2023.
what you
Right.
call it? Which is actually what happened to a person that we are going to talk about in just a few. But let's wrap this WWE up so we can go talk about how Matt won this damn title real quick, and then we can get on to the real part of the show. Our our loving, what you call it? Wouldn't say memorial, but how we remember Jay Briscoe from what we've seen him. Now, Vince, with this, like you said, Mike, you can't say whatever you want. Nick was too sloppy. Vince is out here getting more charges. I gotta quit. Where do you guys see WWE this time next year?
This time next year, WWE probably still be in the same position they're in right now. I don't even think they're going to be sold.
So you think they're gonna be looking to sell still?
I think they're still going to be looking to sell because we're only at the beginning of lawsuits, and there's only so much money you can throw at something. At some point, he's going to get to a case where that person is not going to want to settle out of court. They're going to want everything revealed, and we're going to find something's going to happen where he's going to just be like, you know what, I'm good, because he's
It,
testing it.
here's the thing, like you said, one of these people are not going to take this settlement because they are going to realize I can make more money selling my story to the tabloids and to the media and get a movie after me and everything and make even more money than this little whatever you trying to give me right now. Yeah, Mongo, she for you, bro. Called you a nerd. You know what? We all are nerds here on this podcast. All right, at some point or another, we all are nerds. All right. If you watching this show right now, guess what?
You a nerd.
You a nerd. I'm
You're a damn nerd.
You a nerd. Because let's be realistic. Most people associate wrestling with nerds. So if you watching this show, welcome to the nerd. Welcome to the nerd pack.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool to be a nerd. But
Mm-hmm.
Matt says he thinks that they'll still be looking to be sold. I personally think in a year we're gonna have a merger between WWE and a random fucking company. And that's when Vince is going to officially leave. And that other person that we had to merge it with is going to wind up being in control of WWE. Not even Trips or Nick Khan or something like that. That's what I think. Like I can see Vince out of the blue because we dislike not even the point that we dislike this promotion, but because this promotion has fallen off so much. I wouldn't be surprised if Vince merged with NWA.
Oh Lord.
Oh God.
I would not be surprised. Think about it. I would not be surprised about it. Why wouldn't it? Why think about it honestly? Why wouldn't it? Doesn't NWA their world champion appear on Fox News all the time?
Yeah. Oh,
Unfortunately.
God.
Yep.
Oh God.
That's right, Mongo. Speaking of nerds, that's right. Catch me and Mongo this Saturday at 11. We have a new weekend podcast for y'all, folks. The Last of Us. Don't miss that.
And if you've played the games, still watch.
Right.
And before we transition,
Hmm.
and I know we've said this countless.
Oh, you a perv, girl.
I ain't even say what's in control. The little menu thing blocked all that.
You a perv, girl. Good God.
Also, ain't nothing wrong with staring at, and it was like Control Alt Delete.
But and we've said this countless times over the years on this podcast, and I will reiterate this. And this has nothing to do with wrestling. This is just us as men. Men, keep your damn hands to yourself. No means no. If you're in a situation you're trying to get on with a woman, you know, if she ain't feeling it, walk away. Walk away.
Mhm.
That does not mean assert yourself, overpower her, and do ungodly things to her.
And it
Walk
doesn't
away.
and it doesn't also mean because she said no that you need to disrespect her in any
Mhm.
type of way, calling her out her name,
Exactly.
letting her not
Mhm.
do her job that she was hired for, whatever the case
Mhm.
may be. Man up. She says no. Guess what? It's fucking no. For every no you get, there's going to be a female that's going to say yeah. Just keep
Mhm.
trying. But leave that no alone and stop having repercussions on these women because they say no
Right.
Keep your damn hands to yourself, man,
on all levels.
on all levels.
All levels. All levels.
On all levels. Please keep your hands to your damn self. Please. You do not want to be out here to be one of those ones who had to be labeled as a rapist because you couldn't show self control in a certain situation. Keep your damn hands to yourself, man. Please. Please, 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 please. Because this
Please.
shit ain't cool, man. It ain't cool. It's reprehensible. It's it's just not right. And can and answer your question about where do I see the company in the next year? To be honest, I think we're going to see the company to Vince's vision, like how he did before he went on his hiatus. He's talking about he doesn't want any parts of creative BS.
He's
BS.
already there's already been reports that he's been making changes already.
Uh-huh. So yeah. So how we saw the product before he left is going to revert right back to that. Well before next year, but definitely by next year. Definitely. So
Well, what I
yeah.
want to see, is the merger of AEWWE. Somebody go help the cons buy this company. Then all the cons can be united.
Listen, I don't. AEW and WWE working together would be awesome just for wrestling fans to see some of the matchups that they could have. But oh look, in all honesty, would it be that good? Because think about it,
No.
the top people in AEW right now that are getting all the goddamn attention and play are former WWE people
Right.
who've had matches with the people that we see right now in WWE. Would it be any different?
I mean, it wouldn't be different. I mean, AEW, the way it is right now, like you said, a lot of their focal point, their mainstays are former WWE people, but they got no choice but to be former WWE people because WWE has been basically the only game in town for like 20
Yeah.
something years now. So if you're not WWE, then you just a wrestler. 'Cause you
Is
ain't from Impact.
Speedball and Kenny King about to have a martial arts match?
Yeah,
What
they
the
have a
hell is?
Yeah.
fight pit.
Fight
Oh
pit.
my god!
Yeah, that's what I
Oh
was saying.
shit! Now
That's what I
Somebody
was
gonna lose
saying
a
Friday.
tooth.
I'm like, Kenny King gonna die.
I'm seeing is ankle tape and toes. Somebody about to get kicked in the face. Okay. Speaking of Kenny King and Speedball, let's go over to this pay-per-view where Matt stole my belt.
I ain't steal nothing. I won this baby fair and square
About one
because
fucking point.
doesn't
About
matter.
one fucking point. I was waiting. I knew I wasn't gonna flat out win. I was hoping for the tie. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I knew I wasn't gonna flat out win. I was
Because
hoping for the tie.
like Ric
And this
Flair,
motherfucker won by one. One
di-
goddamn match.
diamonds are forever, and so is Maddie Reigns.
See, and that's why
I
your
still got
damn
it
audience.
in.
Mm-hmm.
I still got it in.
Mongo, we got a question for you. Because remember, they only had like one answer that was off.
Right.
Oh, Reggie answered that. He
Oh
said
god
no,
damn.
and I got cheese.
Damn.
Cheese. Y'all getting real
Damn.
catty out there in
They about to fight
podcast
in those
land.
comments.
2 people lost their belts.
Oh, you about to lose your
People lost.
privilege to be on this show. Let's go over this. Let's go over this hard to kill card real quick. In the pre-show, you had Giselle Shaw, Savannah Evans, and Tasha Steeles defeat the Death Dogs. I think that's one of the ones that we got wrong.
There was a couple matches where we was just like,
Oh, we
Oh,
suck.
okay. Oh, we suck ass. But Giselle, Savannah, and Tasha defeated the Death Dogs, which is Jessica Havoc, Rosemary, and Taya Valkyrie. That match was actually pretty long. It was about 8 minutes and 39 seconds. That was a pretty decent
right.
match. Good. Yeah, I think you were the only one who picked Tasha. Oh, damn it. Mongo, get in this fight and let them know who won, because they ain't going to mess up our show and be fighting in the comments, calling each other
Go ahead and
names.
fight the fans.
The next matchup I have on this, actually, yeah, the next matchup I see on this damn Wikipedia was the six-way match where fucking Kushida won. None
Yeah,
of us
versus
picked that motherfucker.
and on top of that, we all picked him to take the pin.
That's the
You know
bullshit
what?
about
You
it.
know what was even more crazy? I did say before I made my pick, I said, well, maybe I should go Kushida. Nah. And then when
Mhm.
Kushida won, I was like, damn it,
Right, and that's
damn
the
it,
motherfucker
damn
we
it,
all
damn it.
thought was gonna take the pin. And he was
Right.
like, ha ha, I got a trick for y'all. So Kushida defeated
Oh, dude.
Kushida defeated Alan Angels, Delirious, Mike Bailey, Mike Jackson, and Yuya Umamoria. However you say that. I can't do that. That's a Mongol one right there.
Man, he beat us.
Right.
Right.
He
He
beat
beat us.
us.
The next matchup, we had Trey Miguel. Heel Trey Miguel defeated Black Taurus. I think this is the matchup where I got wrong because I'm pretty sure I picked Black Taurus
And
because
I
I
picked
just
Trey.
right. I think this is the matchup where you want it right here because I
No,
just
the matchup I wanted
Nah.
is Eddie Edwards.
oh yeah, fucking Muscle Man.
That bullshit.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that one.
Yeah, well, yeah,
But
I was pissed off about that.
I'm surprised that they still have not put a belt on Black Taurus yet, yo. Like that
Yeah.
Cause
dude
he's
has been
black.
killing it for.
He's black.
We can't say that because they
You
had
ready?
old. They
They
had
call
old
him
dark ass
Tarus.
Moose as champ forever.
Yeah, but he ain't out there calling himself Black Moose. I bet you he start calling himself. I bet you as soon as he start calling himself Tarus, he'll get a belt. Then take that black off. Just be
Black
Tarus.
Moose. Black
That'll be the
Moose.
most that's the most state obvious name ever. What's your wrestler name? Black Moose. Well, they make perfect damn sense.
Moose El Negro. Now there you go. Moose El Negro.
Now,
Black Moose.
the match that started off the actual pay per view, the damn Impact World Championship. And this was Bully Ray's Call Your Shot match. And
Call his
this
shot already.
this was a full Metal Mayhem match. And for 17 minutes, these mofos beat the shit out of each other.
Mhm.
They beat to the point. Well, Josh Alexander won. He retained the belt. So Josh Alexander technically is the Impact GOAT.
Right.
Yeah.
Your man is the Impact GOAT. All right. Imagine if I'm talking about
Meanwhile,
and words.
that Taurus.
Where's you going? Introducing your Impact X Division champion, Niggaroos. That's what you call it. So, yeah, well, Tarlene's like, well, hell no, I ain't getting. He damn sure ain't trying to do that. Josh
Right.
Alexander and Bully Ray beat the shit out of each other. There was blood at least 2 minutes into the match.
Yeah,
Right.
that was every, and it made sense for it because I know some folks like to say,
Right.
like, "Oh, well, y'all don't like blood." It makes
Listen,
sense we like blood.
right,
AEW, they bleed for everything.
right. Like
It makes sense. I love blood.
I'll be the first to admit I'm one of the few people on this podcast who is against blood. I am against blood. You know, with
Yeah,
everything that's going on, I am one of those people that is against blood. But for a match like this, you have to have blood. The dog collar match that Punk and MJF had, you had to have blood.
right.
You know what I mean? Certain matches you legit need to have blood. if it's a normal match for the TNT title on a Wednesday, nobody need to be bleeding. Nobody need to be bleeding.
Nah,
Okay.
AEW, they don't. They'll be like, oh, it's a regular Saturday. This is just a Tuesday.
Right.
Bleed.
Right. Like there's blood everywhere. So Josh won. First off, Josh's wife got involved in the match, and because at one point Bully Ray had Josh zip tied to the ropes. We done moved on past the handcuff stage, folks. We on the zip ties now. Done zip tied Josh to the ropes and was about to bash him in the head with the garbage can. Josh's wife comes in, beg Bully's like, beg me, beg me, beg me. And she's like, please. Then next thing you know, she hits Bully with the old Swift Nakamura dick kick. Hiya! She hits him with one of those. Cuts Josh off. Josh commenced to doing his thing. He at first he thought he was gonna get the pin with the power driver. Bully kicked out. Then he pretty much choked Bully to death with a chain while twisting his ankle
Yeah, that was
halfway up his
sick.
ass.
and made him
That was
tap.
sick. That was sick.
Yeah, the
That was,
Husmantada.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Hey, he got him the tap though. Shoot.
right. Pretty much, he hit him with the ankle with the Kurt Angle ankle lock, and then wrapped the chain around the ankle lock, and then wrapped the chain around Bully's neck and mouth, and
It's
pretty
like
much
either you gonna
hog tied
tap or
his
you gonna die.
right. Pretty much hog tied his ass with a chain around his neck, and was like, "What's it gonna be?" And Bully said, "No mas, no mas." And so we got Josh is still as your champ. Next one, a really good match, yo. And as much as I hate the fact that they champs, this was a really, really you don't know how to hog tie nobody. That's a good thing, bro.
That's a good thing, Reggie.
That's a
Right.
good thing.
This ain't Yellowstone.
You were Dutton. The Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin retained in the Fatal 4-Way elimination match against Heath and Rhino, Bullet Club, and the Major Players.
That was some bullshit. That was some bullshit. I did not like that. That match was great. I did not like that ending.
I didn't either. Like y'all know I hate the Motor City Machine Guns. I call them the old motherfuckers. They the old dudes, and I know how I feel about the old dudes coming in. But good match. Didn't really like that ending. Next match. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Yeah.
I believe in Joe.
Joe. We had Joe Hendry and Moose for the Digital Impact Media Impact Championship.
I got so lucky on that.
Yeah. Yeah. Joe Hendry won. Right, Mongo. Like, there's no reason why Ace Austin and Chris Bay aren't champs. Like,
Yeah.
you had them join. Like, you had them join Bullet Club to give Impact more of that feel like there's a super faction involved now. Let them do it. Let them take over. Like, come on.
See, and that's why I didn't pick them, because every other time I pick Ace Austin, that fucker loses. Every time we do an Impact prediction, and Ace Austin's name is in a match, and when I pick him, he loses. So I was like, nope, ain't no two fools ain't winning. They wasn't winning that match.
Right. Was Chris. We know you believe in Joe Hendry, Mongo. That shit.
Right.
Mongo has a life-size poster of Joe Hendry over his bed, so when he lays at night, he can look up at him. Okay.
That match was good though.
It was.
Honestly, I didn't know who to pick because they're so evenly matched.
They're the same person. Just one
Yeah,
got blonde hair, and one is look like an Eminem.
right. And the one that's blonde can actually speak clearly. The other one got a lisp.
He got marbles in his mouth.
Right.
The other one
He
said
wanted to be
succotash.
he wanted to be a total media slampy.
Nobody said we didn't like Joe Hendry, Mongo. We just said we don't have a boy crush on him like you.
Right.
So,
Mongo.
All right, he was in all caps.
I confess.
right.
I said I'm on the Joe Hendry boat, baby. Hey, soon as I heard that music, I said, "Oh yeah, I like him. Oh yeah,
Yeah, Joe
oh
Hendry is
yeah,
cool as shit. We like Joe,
yeah."
Mongo. Like,
We
damn,
like Joe
calm
Hendry.
down. I know that's your man and all, but calm down. Oh, recognizing a generation's talent. Oh my god. Now let's
Oh
not
my
go that
God!
far.
See, exactly.
Now let's
Now
not see
that now we
if
gonna
that's
take
not
it.
go that far. Let's not go that far
A
there.
generational talent. Why are we talking about Spaghetti Man?
Ah, yeah. You don't want to hear that, right? Generational
Tony
Right,
talent.
D'Angelo.
I didn't know. I didn't know Mojo was generational.
right.
I didn't know Mojo was You got a lot of respect for Mojo
Them,
now,
them,
Mongo.
them, them damn Deaners, Mongo. Oh, they generational,
Them Deaners, boy. Woo-wee, woo-wee. All right, folks. Next,
Oh God.
next was the four-way to determine the number one contender for the Knockouts World Championship. Masha Slamovich defeated Deanna Perrazzo, Killer Kelly, and Taylor Wilde. Yeah. No, that's a mouthpiece. That's a mouthpiece. Speedball.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a mouthpiece.
He
Yeah.
likes his
He ain't got
teepees.
cartoon. He ain't got cartoon teeth.
Whoa, Reggie,
Matt Cardona
Reginald,
is definitely a generational talent. I mean, the first name alone.
Oh
Reginald,
God.
Reginald. Mm-mm, mm-mm. No, Reginald.
Now Sean Spears, he's a generational talent. I mean, hey, he got what's her face pregnant. And
Sean.
congratulations to him. He's a brand new daddy. So
Yeah,
yeah, he
Sean.
is a
Yeah.
generational talent.
Yeah.
Boom, we
Uh,
done made a whole new generation.
mm, of people that's going to scam wrestling.
Look, just think about it. Like 20 years from now, we're going to be talking about that up and coming brand new kid, the
No,
son
we
of
no,
Sean Spears,
no, we not. No, we not.
coming to
I refuse.
NXT,
I refuse. I
coming to
refuse.
NXT
I
3.0, well, 4.0.
listen. Unfortunately for that kid, if he ever gets into wrestling, he already has his first hate mail coming from me.
Dang.
Just off of who his father is. Just off of who his father is. But Masha Slamovich beat Deanna, Killer Kelly, and Taylor. I really thought Killer Kelly was going to win this. Obviously, I was wrong listening to damn Mongo.
hmm
I just
She
picked
go.
I picked Masha just because.
I should have picked. You know what though? Nothing. You heard what I said, and I said what
Her
I said.
name, her name is Masha Slamovich.
Right, Masha Slamovich. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Right.
Steve Macklin needed the McRib, Rich Swan, and a false count anywhere.
I
He
literally
killed
just
him.
erased that match off of my brain. I forgot that even happened.
He he did some damage to the McRib.
I think I got up during that match like I know what's gonna happen, so I'm not even gonna bother.
It was one pick. I listened to you. All right, Mongo. It was one pick,
And what did I
and it
win
was,
by? One.
but it was a pick. But it wasn't that pick. Damn it. What you call it? Steve Macklin beat Rich Swann in the false count. Anyway, here's the pick which you won. All right. Yeah,
Mike,
it
Mike,
was.
Mike, Mike hates this. Yeah, that was a hate crime. I'm glad you said it.
Yeah,
You read my
yeah, it
mind.
was.
That was a hate crime.
Yeah, damn sure it was. Here's the one that you won. In a match that was actually longer than the world title match.
That means this
Eddie Eddie
match.
Edwards Eddie Edwards defeated Mr. Muscle Jonathan Gresham. This match was 19 minutes, and the match with Bully and Josh was only 17.
See, this is when I knew I was screwed. When old face fucker said this. Jonathan Gresham is 6-0 in Atlanta. I said, "Oh shit, I lost. He gonna lose tonight."
And I'm sitting there watching this match, y'all, as if it is like the NBA Finals, Game 7, because they were going back and forth. And I told Mike, I'm pretty sure, even though they said this dude is lost, I'm pretty sure, Mike, you won. I'm pretty sure he's like Eddie Edwards is about to lose.
I was
right after I said that Eddie Edwards won.
I knew I was doomed before the bell rung. When face fucker said that, when he mentioned Gresham's record, I said, "Yep, Matt about to win this title."
And it brought back the reign of Matty.
20 minutes later, I stood corrected.
Speedball just killed Kenny King.
Hey,
Yeah,
he the shit out of Kenny King.
Speedball just killed Kenny King.
Speedball just went snowfall. He took the mouthpiece out.
Well,
oh yeah, he crazy.
I said
Lord.
I said before we started recapping, Kenny King gonna die.
Yeah, and he did. He did.
Hey,
Kenny
Speedball
King is
killed
dead.
him.
No.
I told y'all. I forgot. I'm a. Speedball killed his. Yeah, you right, Mongo. Blood sported his ass. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. I hope they put this on YouTube.
Yeah. He murked his ass. And the
see this match. She got to see this match. She likes Speedball. I'm like, you want to see Speedball kill someone?
What you go? And the final match. And the final match of the night. I didn't think this was gonna happen.
We all picked this. This is the thing about Impact. When we all are in agreement, thinking someone is gonna win, they don't. Yes, that nigga is dead.
Nigga dead.
He D-E-D dead.
That did. Did. That's what he is.
Oh my god.
Oh god. No.
So he's not gonna kick him. Oh.
Yes, the hell he did. The final Mickey James defeated Jordan Grace in a title versus career match. You know what? We should have listened to Mongo because right before the predictions, he said, Mickey's been talking about how she doesn't know if she's ready to just hang it up yet. We should have known that was going to be the cue that she wasn't going to lose.
Because at this point, the title has been decided because all of us picked
Jordan
Grace.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody picked Jordan Grace. We all like, yeah, Jordan gonna win this. Mickey said, I think the fuck not.
No, did. We were just sitting up there like, what the fuck just happened?
Like,
what just happened?
Did this old lady really just win it back? Okay, I mean, that's what's going on. That's what's going on. I mean,
what happened was, I mean, it didn't surprise me, between either Bully's old ass is gonna win or Mickey's old ass is gonna win. I
Yeah,
thought they
that's
was
what I
gonna.
had. You right. You hit it right there, Mike.
Cause
One of
that's
them
what
old
I
motherfuckers was
picked.
going to play in Super
I
Bowl.
picked both their old asses. But I knew at least one of them was good because we know what Impact loves to do. They love to put a belt on an old motherfucker.
Nothing. Nothing's the difference. That
Nothing.
nothing's the difference.
We wouldn't have liked it if we basically if we had actually thought about it and not in the spirit of competition for the prediction title, we should have thought about it just like Mike said. One of these two old people was winning.
Right.
We're not gonna like it either way. We wouldn't have liked it if it was Bully. We wouldn't have liked it if it was Mickey.
Right.
But it's what just like what Kenny said and what Greg is saying. Mickey can still go.
Yeah.
And Impact can recognize the fact when somebody can still go. Unlike WWE, where you have people like Goldberg having Universal title runs. He's like a three-time Universal champion. I don't even think Roman is
Why?
a three-time Universal champion. And the title is
Oh
literally
my
just made
God.
for Roman. That's literally why the title was created. But that's neither here or there. So, question: do y'all think Mickey James is going to show up at the Royal Rumble as Impact
Yeah.
champion again?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
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 Yep. Yeah.
Didn't she do it
They
last
already
year or the
She
year
did it
Mhm.
before?
last year.
yes.
Yep. Yep,
Why
she did
not
it
one more
last
time
year.
for
I
the
think
last rodeo?
I think it's personal for her now. I think it's personal for her now. She just to show WWE that, because remember they threw her shit out in the trash bag.
Yeah.
So I think anytime that they invite her back, she's like, I'm only coming back if I'm the champion, just so I
Yeah.
can make y'all say the champ. That's what I think this is. It's definitely personal.
Because soon as she won, and I was just because I'm sitting there like this makes no sense. Why is she winning? And I was like, oh, it is January. Oh wait, the Royal Rumble is later this month. Oh, she's probably gonna show up in the Rumble. I mean,
Right.
if
Because
she
Hmm.
I thought about.
doesn't, if she doesn't, oh well. If she does, I'll take it. I will be happy either way.
Right.
Unlike some people, like she's not like a Michelle McCool.
All right.
Oh my
Uh,
God.
who feels that she needs to be in the
Right.
Rumble because she doesn't realize that, guess what? They have more women now. They have a lot more now in
Like when they
WWE,
like
Michelle.
when they started the Rumble, yeah, they needed people like her that were still kind of still in shape, still in ring shape and all that, and were still relevant. But now you have actually built out a roster. You have a lot of people. You've had people leave. You have names. You're not needed, and you're not Trish. You're
Not
not
one bit.
Lita. You're not Molly Holly.
Nowhere in the
You're not
stratosphere.
Ivory. You're not
You're not a
Jacqueline.
you're not a you're
Eh,
not a trendsetter, Michelle. I hate to tell you.
No.
you're
Your
not a
biggest claim
name.
to fame, your biggest claim to fame will be that you are Undertaker's new wife.
Yep.
Right. You're Undertaker's, we hope, final wife. So that
Right.
is
That's
her.
exactly
Husband, your
that's
meal ticket.
exactly why. That's exactly. Here's the thing. If WWE, not even WWE. I can't even call it that company no more. If Vince's company, if
Or call it
Vince's
what they
company,
used to call it, New York.
right, like if Vince's company was smart, they would start doing some interpromotional stuff with Impact because Jordan Grace versus Bianca Belair is a
Woo.
money matchup.
Mwah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you sounded real creepy right there, coming in out of
Right.
nowhere with that.
Oh yeah. That was
Like
like,
the Kool Aid Man. That's the
Oh
creepiest Kool
yeah.
Aid
oh
Man you ever
yeah.
heard.
Oh yeah, Tucky.
Oh yeah,
Oh
Tucky.
yeah.
Chicka. Jordan Grace versus Bianca Belair would be money. It would be money to see. You know, Um, unfortunately, Mercedes Monet is no longer with WWE
My
because
man.
Tasha Steelz and Mercedes would be a matchup to see. Impact has a lot of female wrestlers that would do so well in WWE.
Hmm.
And
Like,
I don't
WWE
know.
has
I don't know
a
what they did. You know what? I blame Frankie Tyre on Vince because that's when Vince in touch with NXT and dibbling his hands on it and stuff like that. So that's why
hmm
Tyre's character didn't work out, and he thought
yeah,
she was too old.
yeah. Put Deanna Perrazzo versus either Becky Lynch or Shayna Baszler. Oh my gosh.
another one of their misses because Deanna Purrazzo. I sat up at NXT looking at her wrestle, and they let her go. She got tired of being there, and as soon as she left, she shut up at Impact and was women's champion instantly.
It is. You're right, Mongo. That division is stacked with a bunch of great female wrestlers who could do some wonderful, wonderful things in WWE. But we all know how Vince is, so. Well, folks, that was how Matt stole the title back with
I didn't
Hard to Kill.
steal anything. I want it fair and square. Fair and square.
Now to a little bit more serious note. We hear right, Havoc could be a new monster for them. Could be what they were trying to do with Naya over
Before she
there.
went crazy.
All right. Oh God, don't get me started on that one. Lord, don't get me started on that one. Um, let's get into what the title of our show is about today. Earlier in the show, I mentioned that the wrestling community lost Jay Briscoe. Jay Briscoe is a three-time ROH World Champion, a 14-time ROH, and at the time of his passing, current ROH Tag Team Champion. He's been an ROH Television Champion as well. Um, I learned about ROH because of the Briscoes, because of the fact that anytime that I saw any glimpse of ROH, because I wasn't a big fan of it where I can say, oh, I followed it all the way from. No, I'm not. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that.
Right.
All right. I saw ROH a couple of times, and it was always on some random channel at like 12 at night or something like
Right.
that. It was always some random ass channel when I would find it on. Like I remember one time I found it on what's that? The Motor Trend channel
Oh
where
yeah.
all they show is like motorcycle races and shit like that. I found it at like midnight or 1:30 in the morning one time on that. I found it on the country music channel one time. Like ROH, I would find ROH on very random ass channels. And when I did, there was always a tag match on when I
Mm-hmm.
did watch it. And in that tag match, I kid you not, was always the Briscoes. I didn't know who these dudes were. I was like, first off, I'm not even gonna lie to you. At a certain point, Jay's tan got so dark, I didn't know if that boy was actually black or white.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie
The
to you.
first time I saw them and the way they was talking, I was just like, "Are
Or
they
these-
black?
I was like, I'm like, well,
White?"
I was like, maybe they mixed.
You know who
Like
they remind me of? They remind me of
Ricochet.
Robert Downey Jr. on Tropic Thunder.
What do you mean, you people? I'm the dude that plays the dude disguised as another dude.
So
And I now know what I will be watching after the podcast.
but like I said, I'm not gonna lie. At first, I didn't know what they were, and it didn't make a difference to me because
Right.
with
Right.
wrestling, it doesn't make a difference what race anyone is. If you like somebody, you just like them. It didn't make a difference to me. And every time I saw ROH, it was these two dudes. This dude, and the way I would describe him, like when I would tell other people, like I saw this tag match, and there was this one dude with no teeth, and he had a brother who had some teeth, and they both making like yeah noises while they were wrestling, and like it was cool. It was cool. Then I found out who the Briscoes were for real, and I actually started going back and watching more and more of their matches. And I was like, yo, these guys are really, really dope. Then I started going back and watching more ROH, and I found out, oh, yo, they separated for a minute. Wait a minute, they each were world champ. Wait,
Mm-hmm.
Jay's a three-time world champ, and I started watching back on those matches, and I was like, wow, these dudes are really, 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 really good. Fast forward to last year, House of Glory Wrestling, my first time ever seeing the Briscoes live, face to face. The energy, the way that the crowd gets hyped, the way that they make you feel like you are a part of the match was amazing. I showed you guys a video of me fist bumping and talking with Jay after the match because that's the type of person, that type of people they were. They talk to their fans during the match. They got you involved. Out of the two, of course, you got the Sussex County Chicken, my man Mark with no teeth. He's kung, kung fu karate. You know him. He he's the wild boy, but Jay was the more grounded wrestler of the two.
Right.
Like if when you looked at them as a tag team, you knew which one, if they had a breakup, who would be the solo big star out of those two.
Mm-hmm.
Jay was very commanding on the microphone when they did their promos. Very commanding. Mark would be the loud, we gonna get you, yeah, 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 yeah. And Jay would come on, look here, boy, we gonna fuck y'all up and ain't nothing y'all can do about it. And
Or
you be
my
like, oh my God, I felt that.
or
I think that man is really gonna hurt somebody.
or my favorite one, you bald headed bitch. Or you bald headed bitch.
Right.
Like, oh,
Like their feud with FTR will probably go down as one of the greatest tag team feuds in wrestling history. That trilogy will definitely go down as a trilogy of greatest tag team matches in any wrestling history. I mean, was he lying at any point with that? Was he lying at any
I'm
point with
sure
that?
he I'm sure he ain't called him a lot of stuff too.
Right.
Other stuff too.
And we don't
Yeah,
bring up that name, especially after that
yeah,
tweet you
yeah.
sent us earlier with that clown fucking said. But Jay Briscoe is one of the most gifted wrestlers that I have actually seen live in a very long time. One of the
Right.
few people that I can honestly say can go in the ring and go just as hard outside of the ring with their promo work. Because you got a feud between um the Briscoes and FTR was completely done over the internet. Like completely done over the internet. There wasn't no, oh, we're gonna pop up here at this show and do something. Nah, because remember, their feud started like during the middle of COVID. And
Right.
nobody can go anywhere. And nobody can. So he, so, and Jay, you could tell Jay was the one doing a lot of the talking over the internet and help fuel one of the best feuds of the year without any physical altercation until it got time for the matchup. That's dope. That's dope. He was real more than maybe anybody I've ever seen. Jay was real, and that just right. And everything about him, like he laid it on the line. Like you knew he was a family man. You knew about his children. You knew about his wife. You knew about his life, and it was right. It was he was different. He was different. He was. If we talking like in the hood terminologies and stuff like that, he was like the OG of the block, the one that everybody knew who can get scrappy if he had to and would, but was also the one that people looked up to. And you can tell that a lot of the ROH locker room looked up to him just by the amount of love and respect that he was given since his passing. And just by the amount of love and respect he was given while he was alive. Like
Right.
the Briscoes are synonymous with ROH. Last night, AEW put up a graphic. That was it. I felt it was cheesy. Matt explained it's Warner Media. Warner Media said they can't do it. That's why. Of course, I still felt like fuck it. AEW is owned by fucking ROH is owned by AEW. They should have done something bigger. Matt explained. Mongo sent the article. The plenty of articles that went on today. It wasn't even AEW. Warner Media said no. And the reason that Warner Media said no is because I told you to hold on to that thought, Mike, because like you said, you have to be careful with what you write with your phone and what you say. About good 10, 12 years ago, Jay made a very disparaging remark about the LGBTQ community. Like over 12, like probably like over 10, 12 years ago, he said that.
Yeah, he said a lot of f words and stuff like that, and
Right. He made
stuff
some very
that you should not be saying nowadays. And I feel
like
we all feel like he's already paid for all that. He's apologized.
he's apologized and it's to the point where other wrestlers who are in the community who are in the LGBTQ community have made it known that he's gone out of his way to change. Like they've known, look, I've wrestled with him, talked with him. He is not the same. There's not a person here in this podcast or in these comments can honestly look me in the face or look at themselves in the mirror and say they are the exact same person they were 10 years ago.
Yeah,
Shit, there's not a person here who probably said they were the same person they were a year ago. You grow. And because of a mistake, like Mike said, you make a mistake on something like Twitter or someplace like that where there's a camera and a microphone in front of you, you got to be more mindful of shit that you say. But that because it can come back and haunt you 15, 20 years from now. And look what it did. This man couldn't even be honored properly because of something that he said 10, 15 years ago. Thankfully and luckily, the wrestlers, did their own tributes. There was a lot of armbands on. A couple of wrestlers did certain moves, like the Young Bucks, if I'm not mistaken, they did the Doomsday Device, which is the Briscoes finisher
hmm
during their match. So Jay was definitely, like I said, I wanted, but found out after Dynamite and Rampage last night, AEW did a special taping where they're actually gonna have a show honoring Jay. which is dope. And so, what are you guys' thoughts on Jay? I'm sorry, I know I rambled.
Um, we mentioned, excuse me, we mentioned the term generational talent earlier, and we were kind of joking with it, with certain wrestlers and things of that nature. Them boys ain't no fucking joke, okay?
Them
That,
boys.
that, that them boys, Jay and Mark Briscoe, that's what you call a generational talent. Like the Briscoe brothers are one of the greatest tag teams of their era. And I'll go on and say it. They're one of the greatest tag teams of all time. They're one of the greatest tag teams of all time. And this is with them being in ROH for the
Hmm.
entire run. ROH isn't they don't have they're not WWE. Until Tony Khan bought them, they didn't have AEW like money. They didn't have Khan money. And they were still a household name in wrestling because of what they were able to do, like Kenny said earlier, what they were able to do with their in ring work and with their promo work and what they did on social media. Like I've known about the Briscoes um, probably since like the mid 2010s, but like, I didn't really start watching them like wrestle until maybe a couple years after. Like I would see them on Twitter, like I see a promo here and there of them, but I never really saw their work until more recently. And my God, like, and when you look at that character, and like you had mentioned earlier, like when they make the random noises and everything, and they do this and do that, it just all makes sense. Everything about them just makes sense, and it's so. I'm just glad that. I mean, it sucks because this is such a tragic thing that happened. And obviously, we won't see Jay Briscoe wrestle again because he's transcended. But seeing their feud against FTR, it's like when I think about it now, they got their flowers.
I was I was just getting ready to say the one thing that I can say about the wrestling community in the wrestling world with this particular sport, you get your flowers while you're alive.
Hmm.
That is one thing I can say about wrestling in general. You know what I mean? Like you'll get the crowds doing the thank you whoever chants with your name or the you deserve it. You'll get their people will get their flowers while they're alive, and you get your flowers hot while you're alive by your rankings being like what they got ranked best feud of the year
Hmm.
with FTR. That's how you get your flowers. So with I was gonna say with wrestling, wrestling is one of the few sports where you get your flowers while you're alive. People let you
Right.
know how much you're appreciated.
And and yeah, like I'm just glad we were able to see that great feud before this happened. But I was just glad that we were able to see Briscoes versus FTR, just the build that they had. They were able to finally get in the ring and put on three classic matches in 2022. I'm just glad we were able to see that. And I'm glad that the wrestling world was able to see those matches. And, I just feel so sad for his wife, for his daughter, for Mark, for just his entire family. Like I said earlier, his family and those who were close friends with him. I just feel sorry for them. Um, this sucks, but when it's all said and done, thank you, Jay Briscoe. Thank you.
Matt, you got anything you want to say, brother?
Yeah, I would just say, rest in peace, Jay Briscoe. Also, side note, this is the rumor about it being Warner Media. This is from Dave Meltzer, so remember, you can only trust him about He's always 50-50. So let's not start going crazy and start blaming them when instead come to find out that wasn't the case. And then we're just sitting here
Mm.
looking stupid. He will be missed. Praying for his baby girls.
Right. Who are
It was a
both.
car. It was a car accident. It was raining here in Louisville. That rain moved on, went elsewhere. It went to Maryland.
And it's up
So,
here right now.
say the rains now it's in New York. So it was two car accident. The person who was coming towards them lost control, swerved into their lane. He was not wearing his seatbelt. So reminder, y'all,
Please wear your
wear your
seatbelt.
Please wear your
seatbelt.
seatbelt.
The person who was driving in the other car was wearing their seatbelt. They died right then and there. Now his little girls are in there too, and we need all the prayers to go to them because Chris Jericho said it was something worse that nobody else could imagine, and this is that.
Right.
Yeah.
One of his daughters went in for surgery for her back. Um, in hopes that she can get use of her leg again.
Like, she had lost her daddy, and she might not be able to walk now.
And her sister was injured in the car with her as well, too.
And then on top of that, today was Mark Briscoe's birthday.
Oh my god.
I know that guy, like, his birthday is never going to be the same. To know
Nope.
that your brother died the day before your birthday.
Oh my god.
I will always remember them as basically being ROH because everybody that we love, that we know and love in WWE and in AEW, they went through ROH, but they did not stay in ROH. They went to WWE and beyond. But the Briscoes stayed. They were on, I'm pretty sure Jay Briscoe was on the first show of ROH in the first match.
Mhm.
He went through every ownership change.
That man, and
And I always think about the way their whole gimmick in general is how I've always wanted the Hardy Boys to be. Age gracefully. And when it's your time to go, sit down. The Briscoes are a great tag team. They have had world title runs, but they knew where their bread and butter is tag team wrestling. They stuck to it, and you could tell they're probably were getting ready to start trying to wrap it up soon.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna
But
be
hey,
honest.
we never
I'm,
know now.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't. The reason why I say I don't know is because yo, when you seeing them live, I saw them live as recently as what? I think it was October, Tito, that we saw them. It was like October or September, as recently as October or September, and these guys was pumping on all cylinders. Not looking like they were getting ready to go on a prime run.
And that might be because of the new cash flow
November
of
before Thanksgiving.
the new cash flow of Tony Khan taking over. That might be what reinvigorated them. And you know what? I will agree with you on that one. Because even after that double dog collar match, it's like they've unlocked a whole nother level.
Right. Yo.
Yeah.
It's like y'all didn't went crazy.
If you winding down, you ain't getting in a double dog collar match like that and putting on a damn 5-star
Like
matchup if you
like
winding down.
FTR is the one that's getting ready to. They're the ones winding down, not the Briscoes.
Right.
Right. Right.
Because FTR is definitely giving hints that they about to be done. Briscoes, they were not about to be done. Rest in peace to them. thoughts and prayers to their family. I cannot wait. I hope this is more of a push where we can get ROH's stuff on TV faster. I
Yeah.
did read that they are planning. Reggie brought it up in the comments. They had the tribute show because you brought that up. They had the tribute show last night. That will be shown on Honor Club for free. Remember, I just said it for free. FREE, free. You don't gotta pay for it. Go ahead and watch it.
Free
It's
99, folks.
free.
Free 99.
At ROH, if y'all do that BS talking about put a card on file for free, I ain't signing up. I will figure out a way to watch it.
Ah.
I will figure out a way to watch it. But
You already know.
they already said that for Super Card of Honor, they are going to have more tributes, all that. So I know Tito had brought up having a tournament. They will probably have a tournament. When ROH has another TV show, I'm pretty sure he will be incorporated. Just like this is why I was kind of saying like this is why AEW didn't really. They were just kind of right, even if just doing the graphic, because even though Brody Lee wasn't in AEW long, he's kind of synonymous with AEW. Like every Wednesday, they say it's Wednesday. You know what that means. So it's only right if ROH goes all out and just saying like something like "reach for the sky." Like we just saw Mongo say that they might have that could be their tagline. It's Ring of Honor, reach for the sky.
What you call? I think with last night, like I said, the graphic didn't bother me. I think I would have. I think I would have been a little bit more comfortable if, like I said, you could have showed the graphic, and during you showing that graphic, do a quick 10 bell salute during that graphic. Because, like you said, Briscoes are ROH. They aren't AEW. But at the same time, AEW bought them.
Right.
You couldn't, like I said, I wasn't expecting anything big or anything like how when Benoit passed away, the entire
Right.
WWE came out. I wasn't expecting nothing like that. But while you were playing that same graphic, you could have just given that man 10 quick bells.
Yeah.
I think that would have, at least for me,
And that could have just
suffice.
been down to them probably it probably came down to that, and it probably came down to timing. Do we have time to do a 10 bell salute? I feel like they could have had time to do that, but
Right. You got picture in picture every goddamn minute. You're like, you can get rid of one of them damn picture in pictures and do 10 quick bell chimes.
It's 10
like you could have kept the same, right? You could have kept the same graphic, and while that same graphic was, because you had the graphic up on the screen for about a good 20-30 seconds.
Right.
During that time it was up on the screen, we could have heard ding, ding, ding. Like we could have heard that. A little 10 bell count.
Unfortunately, Warner Media, they're the boss. They're the boss,
and because the crazy thing, I keep saying like, oh, we just got remember it's Meltzer. Part of me is just like, nah, they did that shit.
Right.
And it's crazy to think about how petty a company can be, even when you die. I can't hurt you. I'm dead. And you still don't want to mention me.
And then on top of that, like you got nerve to not want to do something simple like that for Jay Briscoe, but then the very next show you have on come after AEW is a slap competition run by a man who was just put on blast for slap.
Like we had Power Slap. Power Slap was supposed to come on. It was either supposed to come on last week or the week before last. Whenever we saw that video, when the video came out with him, Dana White and his wife, Power Slap was supposed to be coming out that week. Like whenever, right after that happened. They put it on hold. Power Slap premiered this week after it was put on hold.
For about a week or two.
So it was put on hold for a week, even though we clearly saw this dude back, him and his wife both slapping each other, having a disagreement, whatever they were doing. You ain't supposed to be putting your hand on a woman either damn way. Ezra Miller. This dude is trying everything in his power to get fired, but he can't get fired. And he's just going to continue to be the Flash. So their ethics, their morals, their moral compass is all messed up.
Right. Like you're holding a grudge against somebody who did something 12 years ago, but you'll let the person who did something last week slide. But you know what? We digress because this is about
And
Jay.
yeah, and like I watched like I would just watch that match, the dog collar match, um, recently,
That was
and
Yeah,
Mike.
Evans.
That was big. The audible that HBK did, because I don't know if you noticed, Mike, but on Tuesday, New Day came out and they were dressed up. The segment was they were going to do a funeral for them beating Pretty Deadly and not having to deal with Pretty Deadly anymore.
yeah,
Because of
yeah,
what happened with Jay that day, HBK said,
yeah,
no thank you.
yeah, and
Vic,
then and
say
then
our
Vic,
condolences.
yeah, they had Vic say condolences. Yeah, that was cool. That was pretty cool. I like that.
What they ended up doing in on the fly was better anyway. You had New Day because honestly, we wouldn't have known if anything was even if it was going to be that because honestly, New Day dressed up. Okay, they looking fly as champions. Pretty Deadly is always dressed up because they are so damn pretty and so
And
damn
so
deadly.
damn deadly.
So
That's just how me and Mike get. That's how me and Matt get down. We just
that's
pretty.
it. It just broke down like that. So them having a brawl between New Day, Pretty Deadly, and Gallus is way better than whatever that bullshit they was about to have with a funeral. Because now you have teased, and it might not be what they were planning on doing, but as far as I'm concerned, you have now teased a triple threat match between Gallus, New Day, and Pretty Deadly.
And you
Sign me up.
they right, but I said they wound up indirectly making a better matchup out of it. Um, and yeah, like I was saying, like I saw this match recently, maybe a week and a half ago, and like just literally the blood, sweat, and tears that they gave in that match. I know Raven came in here was like, oh my god, like Jay, he had locks, he had
Uh-huh.
dreads, and his head was them locks went from brownish gray to crimson red. And Raven was like, "Oh my god, like he is bleak, like he is a mess." I'm like, "Yeah." And then when the news broke, it was just crazy because like when it's all said and done, ladies and gentlemen, it this life is short. Please enjoy every day of it. And even if you're dealing with something, try to have the positive outweigh the negative
Right.
because you just don't know. Like I said, this match happened last month. I watched it a week and a half ago, and then all of a sudden, this man is no longer here
Right.
in a tragic car accident, just like that. And like Kenny said, him and Tito just saw him this past November, 2 months ago.
Like Tito said, I got to bump into them walking into House of Glory wrestling show outside where the fans enter. You could feel how real and genuine they were with how they spoke with security who worked that event. The energy and intensity they brought to every match at HOG was amazing. They helped elevate the Hog Tag Team main event, who is now the tag champions because they beat the Briscoes. Like the Briscoes put them on the map. You know what I mean? These dudes were amazing. The feud with
And
FTR was beyond amazing. I feel that they were still getting started after 20 years in the business. Terrible loss for the wrestling community. He was a great wrestler, a great family man, and a great friend, co-worker to those who knew him personally. RIP Jam and Pew, aka Jay Briscoe.
yeah, and like just enjoy every day you got, folks. Every day that you got breath coming through your lungs, just enjoy it, man.
For real.
and enjoy and appreciate those who are around you because you just never know, man.
All right.
And like I said, we literally saw these guys wrestle either in person or on TV for the past just 2 months ago, and now he's no
Right.
longer here with us. It's just, man, it's crazy. It just shows how crazy life can be. So
Like
just try to
third.
live. Just try to live. And this is this is corny. And I know they started this years ago. Live in the power of positivity, folks. Live in the
Right.
power of positivity.
And wear your seatbelts. Please
Yes,
wear your
please,
seatbelts.
please,
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 please wear
please
your
wear your seatbelt.
seatbelts. Please, no drinking and driving, folks. Just right. Tell the people that you tell people you care about them, that you love them.
Yeah,
That's what's important.
yeah.
That's what's important. Well, fellas, is there anything else you guys want to talk about tonight? Then I
Nah,
do.
I think we've been sufficiently electrified.
I was just getting ready to
Yeah,
say, I think we've
yeah.
been sufficiently electrified.
Sufficiently
Oh,
electrified. Yeah.
I do want to give one more rest in peace. This is a personal one for me. Couple people might look at me like oh no, Bret Hart's
Oh
bar.
yeah, yes. Let's do shout out. Let's bring up. Everybody keep Kevin Nash in your thoughts and prayers.
And Amari
Yeah.
Miller.
And
And
Amari
Amari Miller.
Miller,
Yeah.
Kevin Nash. He was on his podcast just the other day. His co-host asked him, "How are you doing?" He said, "I'm hanging in there. Life is basically." He was saying like, "I'm having like life is fun when you got a
And you
gun
got
in
a
your
gun in your
mouth."
mouth.
And his co-host said, "Yo, don't joke about that." He said, "You can't tell me what to do. I do what the fuck I want to do. You don't know
As
what I got
long
to
as I
go
leave
through.
as long as I leave a note.
As long as I leave a note." He is really going through it off of the loss of his son. So keep him in your thoughts and prayers. He's going through it because
No parent,
no parents have to bury their child,
plain and
Word.
simple.
and he's had to do that. And he said he's still trying to get through the fact of it was three people that was living in this house. I wake up and it's now two people here. And that third person is not on vacation. They're not at the store. They didn't go to the gym. They're not coming back. So he's like, what is the point of me waking up? His son was his best friend, basically. And then on top of that, Scott Hall is gone.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you got Amari Miller, who is going through her own personal battles and demons, admitting that she has attempted on her life. Folks, plain and simple, ask the people around you how are they doing. Just ask them how they're doing. You never know by just asking someone how they're doing what effect it could have on their entire day and what effect it could have on their life.
Mm-hmm.
And with
The
Amari
pr-
Miller, the sad part with her is this is probably a result of that bullshit with Quincy.
Oh my God.
Because remember, she was minding her business, being positive. She gets on my nerves. Oh, that starts wearing on you. And then she goes on a TikTok video and it says, "How long would it have been if you was actually successful with your attempt?" And she said, 1 week. 1 week ago, she was on NXT Level Up.
Right. Folks, it's whether you know it or not, folks, has no face. There is no of what depression looks like.
Mm-hmm.
You can people you can be smiling, laughing, and on the inside be a serious turmoil. Folks, if you anybody out there who is feeling this way, we please please ask you to seek some form of help, whether it be calling the National Suicide Prevention Line, speaking to someone who you feel close with, a pastor, a friend, a cousin, a parent, whoever. If you are feeling in a need and if you are having these thoughts, we beg you to please reach out to someone for some kind of help. We please reach out for someone for some kind of help. There's too much going on for us to look over anyone's feelings and emotions and play them down. Like, yo, let's just be cool with one another, man, and look out for each other. You really don't know how a simple hello, hey, what'd you eat for dinner? You don't know how something as simple as that can literally flip the switch on somebody who's planning on taking their life for the day.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You literally don't know how simple something is just by you saying, hey, what's going on, man? I like them sneakers you got on. Something as simple as that could make that person go from wanting to do something drastic to harm themselves to going, you know what? I can make it through this day. I can make it one more day. Folks, if you see anybody, if you know of anybody who is in need of help, please reach out to them. If you yourself are in need of help, please reach out to someone. If you don't have anybody you can reach out to, damn it, damn it, Facebook message us. Facebook message me. I don't give a shit. If you need somebody to talk to when you're in that state and you're in that state of mind, my fucking Facebook is, I'll give you my real name, Kenny Rivers. Reach out if you need somebody to talk to stop you from that. I don't care. Reach out, please, folks. Please take care of the ones that you love, and of all else, folks, love yourselves. Love yourselves.
Yeah, and now and just to add on to that, Kenny, like if you know someone who is going through a mental health battle,
Right.
find the proper resources to help them. It's not the time to be an enabler.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they reject it, don't say, you know what, you're right, man. You'll be all right. Just
Mm-mm.
keep doing this. No, 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 no. Stay on them about it
Right.
because that's what true support and true love is all about. Helping somebody even when they don't want to help them, even when they can't help themselves. They don't want to help themselves. You're still being that vessel for them. So if you know a loved one, whether it be a family member or a close friend, if you know that they are going through a mental battle and you can just see it, just visibly see it breaking them up, find the proper resources to help them out. Help them,
Help.
help them. Show that empathy, show that love and support for them. Because if something were to happen, you will feel real shitty about it, especially if you know the proper resources and where they can go to get help. So please, ladies and gentlemen, please help those who are battling with those demons. And like
Please.
Kenny said, if you're personally battling with them, please seek help.
Please. 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 All right. Uh, anything else anybody want to say for the night?
Um,
I think we went through a lot. We went through a lot of
yeah,
emotional roller coasters just now too.
yeah.
Happy birthday,
Um,
R Truth. There's the happy. There we go.
All right.
Happy
there we
birthday,
go.
Ageless Wonder,
Another
R
goal,
Truth.
another
Happy
goal.
birthday, R Truth. Happy early birthday to Monique.
Yes. Happy early birthday, sis. Yes.
So once again, folks, you always always know where you can catch us. You can do this every Thursday about 8:45. Notice heavy on the ish, cause
Heavy
it
on the
damn
ish.
sure wasn't 8:45 today.
Hey, life.
Don't forget to follow us at facebook.com/under the ring, facebook.com/under the ring pod, and Twitch TV, twitch.tv/under the ring pod. Don't forget, we also have a link tree, folks, so you can follow us and get all of our links. Don't forget, it's linktree/under the ring pod, and on those you'll be able to find our individual handles as well. Our Twitter's Greg Bush SK, mine's Rock Ribs 44, Mike's Mr. Freshbeard, Matt's The Right Answer, Tito's Boriel Mariente, and Justin D. Baxley, our local correspondent who comes in every now and then with the hot news flashes. Folks, thank you once again for joining us every Thursday around 8:45 ish. If you follow us at these particular spots, you'll be able to know exactly when we come on. Y'all have, oh, before we leave, I want to send one last personal goodbye. Goodbye to my little fur baby Maurice. You were with me almost 5 years. I will miss you, my little fat boy. I I love you to death. And for this podcast, y'all know who Maurice is. Y'all have seen plenty of pictures of Maurice. Y'all have seen plenty of pictures of Maurice. Have a great weekend. Oh, and folks, one last thing. Please do not forget to join me and Mongo this Saturday, 11 a.m. We'll be talking about HBO's new show, Last of Us. If you enjoyed me and Mongo talking about Interview with a Vampire, if you enjoyed all of us talking about House of Dragons, then don't forget to join us this Saturday. We're starting a new show that you guys should pretty much get onto. Once again, thank you for joining us, folks. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Thank you. Have a wonderful night, folks. We'll see y'all next week and Saturday.
Frank time.